Here's the theory for you. Kia is basically transforming into Beyonce. You see, it just keeps knocking out the hits. EV9, World Car of the Year. EV6, European Car of the Year. EV6 GT, World Performance Car of the Year. EV3, World Car of the Year finalist and a current Electrifying Car of the Year. So, is this Kia's latest banger? It is the baby EV2. It starts at around £25,000. That'll be €30,000. And it's been built just for us in Europe. Sorry, rest of the world. Shall we have a look and see if we're all going to fall crazy in love with it? Oh, and please do subscribe. So you know how Kia trademarked the names EV1 to EV9 for its electric car range? They have filled in another number. This is the mini kind of SUV-ish EV2, and it's going up against other smallish cars like the Citroen EC3, the Jeep Avenger, the Hyundai Inster, the Renault 5, and of course the forthcoming Skoda Epiq. And if previous Kia concepts like the EV3 and the EV9 have taught us anything, it's that this, the concept, will probably look very similar to what the final production car will look like. In this video, I'm going to tell you everything we know so far about Kia's latest potential smash hit, along with lots of things that we don't know for sure, but I'm going to have a good guess, because if I don't, it's going to be a short video.
You know immediately that this is a Kia, don't you? This whole opposites united design direction with all those angles and geometric shapes, I think it's really starting to give the brand a familiar look. So what you've got is compact, size-wise, around the same size as the Hyundai Inster, just a little bit shorter and wider. I think it's chunkier looking than the Inster, probably because it's not quite as tall. And I think it looks pretty rugged with those open spoke style wheels, sturdy looking bumpers and wheel arches. The rear tail lights look smaller than we've seen on other Kia EV models, and of course you get Kia's signature vertical daytime running lights and star-map lighting with an open lamp design without any cover glass.
How much do you love these doors? I love them. Rear hinge doors for the backseat passengers, and they look so cool, don't they? Now forget about those, because of course they won't make it onto the production car. Sad face. I think the vibrant blue colour has a slightly better chance of making it onto it though. It does look great. Now Kia's boss, the wonderfully named President Song, has said this concept will redefine the segment, bringing in a new level of sophistication to urban drivers. I think when we look inside here we can see that vibe. It is though a concept car. Because of that, I'm not allowed inside. I'm also not allowed to touch it, so I'm going to point at things instead. Okay, let's kick off with materials. Loads of sustainable materials in here, as you would expect. Basically, the interior is made from mushrooms and cardboard. That's all you need to know. In fact, if you take a look in here, I don't know, I think that's probably the cardboard. Not sure, but I do like the way they've left that open. Again, that won't happen on the production car. As you can see, the front seat slides backwards and forwards, and you can flip this bit up, move that right back, have loads of space when you're parked up, and you can even slide this out the side of the driver's seat, and you've got a little stool to sit on, which I'm not going to do because I'll get in trouble and I'll break it. Nice light bar along here, and I've no idea if this will make it into the production car. I really hope it does. I really love this orange material here, which again I'm not allowed to touch. It's sort of that marbled effect. I think it looks really cool. The screen, that's pretty familiar, isn't it, in shape and size from Kia's production vehicles. I would expect that we'll see a screen like that. What else to say? Oh, in the doors, come and look at this. These triangles, removable speakers. Yes, you can flip them out and take them with you when you go to the beach or a picnic. And there's also apparently the option for the car to write messages on the window to you to say hello as you're approaching it. Yeah, not going to be on the production version, is it? Should we talk batteries now? Nothing official, of course, but I would expect the EV2 to use the smaller battery of the two on offer in the EV3. In practical terms, this would mean the 55 kilowatt hour option with a maximum charging rate of around 120 kilowatt DC. Range. I reckon it's gonna beat its rival's top range figure, because that is just what Kia does. They like to sneak in slightly larger batteries than the ones in their competitor cars. So top range, 270 miles, 400-ish kilometres. And I am pretty sure that we will also see a smaller LFP battery going in here, given that Kia's parent company has been very open about the fact that it's developing a whole range of them to go into smaller and more affordable cars like this one. The LFP, I expect a target range of around 300 kilometres, 185-ish miles. And going out on a limb, I'm wondering if it could be the 43.3 kilowatt hour option that we know is going into Kia's new electric van range. And incidentally, we will have a first look video at Kia's ID Buzz rivaling PV5 coming to the channel. So do make sure you subscribe so you know when that one has landed. But for now, while we're here, should we do an explanation of LFP batteries? Because it is kind of newish technology to some people. Yeah, let's do that. LFP, lithium iron phosphate batteries. They're already used in loads of cars. MG4, Volvo EX30, Tesla Model 3, Dacia Spring, Citroen EC3, and in all BYD models. The good stuff. They're cheaper to produce, and they use less of those expensive rare earth minerals we hear so much about. In fact, they don't use cobalt at all, which is one of the rarest and most environmentally damaging metals to source. The downside. LFP batteries aren't as energy dense as other battery types, so they basically don't store as much range, which is why they're often used in cheaper, shorter range EVs. They also charge a bit slower in very cold weather, so rapid charging can take longer when the temperature drops. Got it? Great! Back to the EV2. Performance. I don't have a crystal ball, you know. The info that Kia has given me on this car can just about fill a sheet of A4 paper. It's not overly generous, but I will give it a stab and a guess, or this, as I said at the top, will be a short video. I'm going for single motor initially, but Kia has openly said there will be a performance version of this car, so don't rule out a hot hatch dual motor version arriving down the line to rival the Alpine A290. That sounds quite good, doesn't it?
This video is brought to you with Andersen EV, the UK's most awarded home charge point brand of 2024, offering over 200 colour and finish options, a market-leading 7-year warranty and a unique hidden tethered cable.
Like all other models in Kia's EV lineup, it will be based on the eGMP platform. Under the skin, it's going to be closely related to the EV3, so that should mean a 400-volt electrical system rather than the faster 800-volt system which is fitted to the EV6 and the EV9. The motor will be up front and will drive the front wheels. Now, using the EV3 figures as a guide, that would suggest to me a performance of up to 200 brake horsepower from that 55 kilowatt hour battery, with a 0 to 60 time somewhere in the region of the EV3's 7.5 seconds, although it could shave a bit off that given that it's a smaller car. And that will bring it pretty much in line with the competition. Oh, the seat backs. So these like fancy blue seat backs, they've been 3D printed, and they've worked with the company that makes the soles for Adidas trainers to do it out of recycled materials. Looks really great, doesn't it? Wouldn't it be great to see that on the production car? So the EV2 will be heading your way in 2026. Pricing? Let me get that crystal ball out again. I reckon around £25,000, around 30,000 euros. So what do you reckon? Kia have ticked another number off their list, and we have a video of yet another car landing later today, the Kia EV4. Looks a bit different to this. But goodness me, we've been busy. Let us know what you think of this new Kia and all the other ones that are arriving. And while you're there, subscribe to the channel.